Well, here's a video I hadn't planned on making, but hey, here we are. So, a new run of comic books has been announced to feature Black Widow, aka Natasha Romanoff, donning her own version of a symbiote costume. So, the first image, one of three that we're going to be taking a look at, showcases Natasha fighting back a symbiote, and of course, it seems like the symbiote is getting the upper hand on Natasha here, as it's already wrapped itself around her forearm and appears to be yanking her forearm back, but she's still fighting with her other hand, using her gauntlets to kind of push back the symbiote, but it doesn't seem to be helping much. This is a really cool action shot. We have her hair kind of blowing in the breeze, iconic superhero style. She also appears to be standing in some water, and because of how dimly lit everything is, I would assume this is at night. And the fact that she's in the water already puts itself in very bad territory, because the symbiote is on the water and fighting her, and it's pretty obvious from the way this scene is being depicted. This huge fight between Natasha and the symbiote is not going to end without her becoming the host to this symbiote, whether it be Venom or some other symbiote. This next one is my favorite of the three, mostly because of how eerie and creepy it is. This gives me no God of the Symbiote vibes based on the reds and blacks and browns in the background. But we see Natasha pretty much has her full symbiote outfit now, and she has this jet black outfit that's kind of shiny and metallic, and she has this symbiote symbol on her chest. It's kind of this glowing blood red color. She still has her gold belt, and she has this really cool kind of symbiote goo cape behind her, which looks awesome. She also has the addition of sharp talon-like claws, which is synonymous with most Venom transformations, and she has this really creepy, kind of evil, mischievous grin on her face, these glowing red eyes, and this cheek-to-cheek, sharp-toothed grin that is iconic with the Venom symbiote. Here's where things get more akin to a horror movie. It also seems like Black Widow is now sprouting these big spider-like legs. These appendages are coming out of her back and her side. Now, it's not made crystal clear if these are actually coming out of the symbiote or if this is just some stylistic approach that the illustrators for this comic decided to go with, but nonetheless, it looks pretty badass and terrifying. And finally, we have a full look at her Venomized outfit. We see that she pretty much resembles a version of Spider-Man, I'm not gonna lie. She's got the symbiote symbol on her chest. It's kind of this bright red color. Rest of her costume is shiny black, kind of representing that bodysuit that she usually wears. She's got this fully covered mask, which resembles Spider-Man's, except for the white eyes that we would see on Spider-Man or Venom. We have these glowing red eyes. She still has her gauntlets that she fires projectiles out of, but instead of projectiles that would explode or cause electrical damage, she is now shooting these almost energy-based glowing red webs. Now, Black Widow does not shoot webs. She doesn't web sling like Spider-Man, but Venom does. He shares a lot of traits with Spider-Man, so it's probably safe to assume that these kind of light up, energy-based webs are something carried over from Venom and just kind of modified for Black Widow to use in her symbiote costume. She also has her ponytail exposed, which comes out up the back of the symbiote, and it looks really cool and badass. Her legs have this really nice design too, where there's like this slight ribbing going down her legs, and then her legs end with these really delicate high heels. Now, this is awesome because it complements both Black Widow's deadly and relentless nature, but also her beauty and elegance. Harkening back to her chest area, if you look really closely into the center of the symbiote/spider emblem on her chest, you can see that she has a Black Widow spider kind of hourglass, which which I think is really awesome and a nice attention to detail. Much like most Venom transformations, it seems like Black Widow got a little stronger, as we can see lots of rippling muscles under the symbiote, which is probably due to her transformation. I mean, Eddie goes from being just a normal looking man to being like fully ripped like the Incredible Hulk when he turns into Venom. So this is probably a product of the transformation, but it doesn't take too much away from Natasha's very petite figure. She still looks like Natasha, so she's not like Incredible Hulk bodybuilder style like Eddie would become when donning the symbiote, but it's still really cool, and this is probably confirmed to be Venom anyway, simply because this is part of a run of Venom-based comics, but it's still really cool. I like the idea. It doesn't really change too much up from Black Widow's original design of her outfit, because it's still recognizable as Black Widow. She has this fully black outfit. She's got the glowing red eyes. She's got the very nice, intricately designed spider emblem on the suit done in red. She's got her full face covered, and her hair is kind of done up in the back like a big long ponytail. I love how she still retains the gauntlets from her regular outfit, but now instead of shooting projectiles or electricity, they shoot these light up sort of energy based webbing, which I think is awesome, and definitely not too much of a step from her normal design, but enough to say that yes, this is a symbiote outfit for the character. Now, it's not made crystal clear how the symbiote is going to affect Natasha's mind psychologically, because if you know, Peter Parker had his own version of the symbiote suit when donning Venom, and he went through his quote-unquote edgy phase, where he started to not hold his punches and became an edgelord and thought being creepy was cool. Basically, it was this whole mess, and then he had to learn that, you know, he didn't need the symbiote and that it was messing with him. So, we probably can expect Black Widow, Natasha, to go through the same thing, and probably to worser effect, because Natasha is not afraid to hold her punches most of the time in the comics. She's a very dark character, binging on an anti-hero, so it's probably safe to assume that Black Widow will probably be evil for a short duration before ultimately learning how to control the symbiote. And when I say Natasha is a dark character in the comics, I mean that in the most literal of terms. Black Widow is eager to kill her enemies whenever the opportunity presents itself. She does not hold her punches and gets the mission done no matter the cost, even if she has to get her hands dirty and all of that jazz. A very dark character, but ultimately she does do good in the end. Alright, let me explain to you how dark Widow can be, and maybe recommend you a read or two. Check out No Restraints Play. This is some of the top tier dark Black Widow stuff you can read. Basically, Widow starts off the comic book wanting to kill a dark, sort of evil clone of Steve Rogers' Captain America, and the regular Captain America is like, no, we can't do that. So Widow decides to just leave, and she goes on this Black Ops mission to stop child trafficking. And the people that are in charge of this child trafficking to basically create porn shoots with children, she literally cuts their hands off, cuts their fingers off, flat out murders people. I mean, all deserved, but you could be more peaceful about it. But before getting too carried away with stuff that isn't really relevant for tonight's video, Black Widow can, at the end of the night, be pretty scary if you've done horrible things. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think about Venom, the new run of comics that are going to feature a symbiote suit Black Widow. What do you think of the design? And with that all being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.